You've eaten honey, but do you know it's basically bee vomit? Yeah, let that sink in. But here's the wild part. It's one of nature's most perfect foods. So how does that even work? Honey's been around for 150 million years. Bees perfected this recipe before humans even existed. Ancient Egyptians used it for everything: food, medicine, even preserving mummies. It literally never spoils. A jar of honey found in King Tut's tomb, still perfectly edible after 3,000 years. No refrigeration needed. So what makes this golden liquid so special? The answer's way cooler than you think. Every drop of honey starts with a single bee visiting up to 100 flowers. That's dedication. But one bee alone? She'd only make about 1/12 of a teaspoon in her entire lifetime. That's why a huge hive needs thousands of bees working together. Teamwork makes the dream work, literally. Step 1. Forager bees scout for flowers with the sweetest nectar. They're basically tiny sugar detectives. When they find the jackpot, they suck up nectar through their proboscis, think tiny organic straw. Their special stomach, called a honey stomach, stores the nectar separately from their actual food stomach. Smart design. But wait, here's where it gets weird. They haven't made honey yet. This is just the beginning. Back at the hive, house bees take over. This is where the magic starts happening. House bees chew the nectar, adding enzymes from their glands. Yeah, it's getting processed in their mouths. These enzymes break down complex sugars into simpler ones, basically pre-digestion for easier preservation. Then they pass it mouth to other house bees. Not gross, it's gourmet food prep, bee style. Now here's the kicker. Fresh nectar is 70% water, way too watery to be honey. So bees deposit it into hexagonal cells and start fanning it with their wings. Yes, they literally air dry it. Thousands of bees fan their wings simultaneously, creating a natural ventilation system. Talk about teamwork. The hive temperature stays at a perfect 95 degrees F. Bees are better at climate control than most smart thermostats. Over several days, the water content drops from 70% to just 18%. That's the honey sweet spot. Too much water and it'll ferment. Too little and it crystallizes. Bees know the exact balance. And here's something wild. They're not done yet. There's one final seal that makes it last forever. Once it's concentrated enough, bees pap each cell with a thin layer of beeswax, nature's perfect seal. That wax seal locks out moisture, bacteria, and air. It's why honey never goes bad, ever. Humans have been stealing, or borrowing, honey from bees for at least 8,000 years. Cave paintings prove it. Early humans were basically extreme honey hunters, climbing trees, fighting angry bees, all for that golden goodness. Ancient Greeks called it the food of the gods. Romans used it as currency. People valued it like gold. Medieval beekeepers were so valuable they had their own guilds and special legal protections. Serious business. But here's the thing. For most of history, harvesting honey meant destroying the hive. Total scorched earth. Then, in 1852, a genius named Lorenzo Langstroth invented the modern removable frame hive. Game changer. This let beekeepers take honey without destroying the hive. Bees could keep living and producing. Win-win. Today, beekeepers can harvest honey, leave enough for the bees, and everyone thrives. That's sustainable beekeeping. Modern beekeepers are basically bee landlords, providing housing, protection, and taking a reasonable rent in honey. Fair deal. So what makes honey virtually indestructible? 3 words: low moisture, high sugar, and acidity. Chemistry magic. The high sugar content sucks moisture out of bacteria through osmosis. Basically, honey dehydrates germs to death. Brutal, but effective. It's also naturally acidic, pH around 3.9. Most bacteria can't survive in that environment. Double protection. Plus, when honey contacts moisture, it produces tiny amounts of hydrogen peroxide. Natural antiseptic. Bees made medicine before humans did. Ancient warriors used honey to treat wounds on battlefields. It actually works. Modern medicine confirms it. Old wisdom wins. But wait, not all honey is created equal. Where it comes from totally changes what you're tasting. Honey from wildflowers tastes different than honey from orange blossoms. The bees pass on the flavors from whatever flowers they visit. Manuka honey from New Zealand, dark and medicinal. Acacia honey from Europe, light and mild. Same bug, totally different products. So every jar of honey is like a flavor snapshot of a specific place and time. Liquid terroir, if you're fancy. Here's the serious part. Bees pollinate 1/3 of food we eat.
No bees? Say goodbye to almonds, apples, blueberries, and a lot more. But bee populations are struggling. Pesticides, habitat loss, climate change, diseases. It's a rough time to be a bee. Scientists estimate we've lost 40% of bee colonies in some regions. That's not just about honey, it's about our entire food system. Good news, people are fighting back. Urban beekeeping is booming. Rooftop hives, backyard colonies, bees are moving to the city. Farmers are planting wildflower strips between crops. Cities are banning harmful pesticides. Small changes, big impact. And here's what you can do. Yes, you. Because saving bees isn't just for scientists. Anyone can help. Plant native flowers in your yard or balcony. Skip the pesticides. Buy local honey to support beekeepers. Simple moves. Leave water sources out for thirsty bees. Avoid killing hives. Call a local beekeeper to relocate them instead. Bee-friendly choices matter. Every bee-friendly action ripples out. More bees mean better pollination, stronger ecosystems, and yes, more delicious honey for everyone. Win-win-win. So next time you drizzle honey on your toast, remember, it's not just a condiment, it's a miracle of nature. Thousands of bees working together across weeks, all to create something that can last millennia. Ancient, perfect, and honestly, pretty cool. It's teamwork, chemistry, engineering, and survival all rolled into one golden drop. Nature showing off, basically. If this blew your mind even a little, drop a comment with your favorite honey fact. I bet you've got stories. Hit subscribe to learn more wild facts about everyday things you've never questioned. More mind-blowing content coming your way. Share this with someone who loves honey, bees, or just cool science. Spread the buzz. Pun absolutely intended. Thanks for watching. Now go appreciate your honey and maybe plant a flower or two. The bees will thank you. Literally buzzing with gratitude.